Introducing our university partner. You can transfer to this university through JIC's Australian degree program.
Welcome to Newcastle University's main campus, home to over 22,000 students from all around the globe, as well as top-class facilities and world-leading academics. Let's take a look around at some of the key buildings for our students across all degrees. First up, Kingsgate, at the entrance to campus and the base for most of our student support teams, including finance and well-being. By the side of Kingsgate, you'll find Culture Lab, a creative hub for digital media and filmmaking. Just up from Culture Lab, and either side of King's Walk, you'll see the impressive Students' Union building, donated to the students of Newcastle University by an anonymous donor back in the late 1930s. And Northern Stage, an on-campus theatre where troops from across the world come to perform. To the side of the arches, you'll find the Student Forum, an outdoor space to relax when the sun is shining and enjoy some fresh northeastern air. The three huge heads are sculptures produced by alumnus Joseph Hillier and represent the three key technological ages of humankind: Bronze Age, Industrial Age, and the Digital Age. We'll head down to the left later, but first let's head through the arches and onto the Armstrong Quad. This is the Armstrong Building, and the original centre of campus built in the late 1800s to house our medical school. After a refresh finished in 2016, it is now a base for many subjects, including marine technology, history, classics and archaeology, and music. On the right side of the quadrangle is our Fine Art Building, where surprisingly, fine art is based. Inside you'll find studio spaces and workshops, and the Hatton Gallery, an art gallery open to the public featuring world-renowned installations and where the pop art movement was started. Next door to fine art is the Architecture Building, where students from our School of Architecture, Planning and Landscapes have 24-hour access to studios, crit and gallery spaces and workshops. Moving along you'll find the Old Library Building, which contains our School of Modern Languages and the Language Resource Centre. It also offers a service for students to buddy up to help each other learn their native language. At the end of the Armstrong Quad is the Percy Building, named after Eustace Percy, the first Baron of Newcastle. This is where our School of English, Literature, Language and Linguistics is based. Mertz Court is where our chemical and electrical and electronic engineering facilities are based, and is named after the electrical engineer John Theodore Mertz. It's filled with the latest tech and specialist labs, seminar rooms and lecture theatres for undergraduate and postgraduate students. A short walk down Lovers Lane, there's the Ridley 2 building, the hub of our biology-related subjects. We have an outstanding range of facilities to support research and teaching in biotechnology, ecology, marine, and zoology. This is the Faculty of Medical Sciences, the home of our School of Medical Education, School of Dental Sciences, and the School of Biomedical, Nutritional, and Sport Sciences. This building houses teaching, research, and social facilities for students and links to Newcastle's main RVI hospital and the dental hospital. Just down from the FMS building is our Sports Centre, which is the home of our state-of-the-art sport and exercise science facilities, including a 40-metre-long gate track, environmental chamber, and nutrition lab. It's also open to all students for access to the gym, weights room, indoor courts, and sports hall, along with loads of different sports classes for pros and amateurs alike. Next is the Dame Margaret Barber building, which is where our School of Psychology is based, as well as our nutrition and dietetics programs. Back on the main part of campus, along Claremont Road, is the Henry Daish building. The building has undergone major refurbishment and is home to the schools of Geography, Politics and Sociology, Philosophy, and Combined Honours. The Architecture, Planning and Landscape School office is also based here, alongside the Planning and Landscape Studios. Across the road from the Henry Daish and facing each other on Stevenson Walk are the Cassie and Stevenson buildings at the centre of our engineering part of campus. This is where geospatial, civil and mechanical engineering students will spend a large portion of their time in custom-built labs and study spaces. Just before we take the bridge over to the next section, we're at the Drummond Building, which hosts the Houston Laboratory. This unique teaching laboratory gives you the opportunity to get integrated teaching across a range of disciplines, including chemistry, earth science and geography. Across the central motorway, you'll find our law school, a building dedicated to both undergraduate and postgraduate study of law, including the Law Library, fondly named the Dungeon by staff and students due to its setting in the building's basement. The centrepiece of this part of campus is the Philip Robinson Library, or the Robbo. Our main library building opened in 1982, with 4 floors of books, digital resources, study spaces and quiet zones. It also contains our special collection archive filled with historical artifacts and manuscripts. Down the road from the Robbo there's our second library building, the Marjorie Robinson Library, named after Philip's wife. A digital library offering space to study, learn, collaborate and consult. On the edge of campus is the Great North Museum Hancock. Opened in 1884, it's our own natural history museum, containing a range of significant collections from the Natural History Society of Northumbria and the Society of Antiquities of Newcastle upon Tyne. Operated as a free public museum, it gives students on our various history, classics and archaeology degrees fantastic real-world experience of curation and artifact discovery. Back on the west side of campus, there's the Herschel Building, built during our campus expansion in the 1960s. This is the main area for our School of Mathematics, Statistics and Physics, outside of which is a sculpture called Spiral Nebula by Geoffrey Clark. Across the car park from Herschel is the Bedson Building, where our chemistry labs are based, featuring well-resourced research laboratories and extensive teaching facilities. Our agriculture building dates back to the 1960s, but features some highly specialist and state-of-the-art labs on the inside. Next along the road is our King George VI Building, from our first campus extension in the early 1900s. Built for the medical school and rumoured to have underground tunnels linking directly to the RVI, it is now the base for education, speech and language sciences and pharmacy. Let's check out the second part of campus on the west side of Newcastle, home to our business school and the Helix development. It's just a short walk away. Nestled amongst Newcastle's main high-rise towers, you'll find our business school. 8 stories of undergraduate and postgraduate study and research, housed within its high-rise walls, as well as some of the best views of the west side of the city. Business students will also have some lectures in the Frederick Douglass Centre, our latest learning and teaching centre, named after the 19th century social reformer and abolitionist who once stayed in this part of Newcastle. The Urban Science Building, or USB, is where our School of Computing is based. A smart building, it has over 2,000 sensors inside and out, monitoring everything from wind speed to room occupancy that feed into our urban observatory, linked to sensors monitoring the wider city life, including air pollution, traffic levels and rainfall. Those are the main areas of our city centre campus, but for some of our specialist and technical degrees, we also have facilities outside the city to help enhance your experience with real-world learning environments. Out on the coast, just a 20-minute metro ride away, we have our Dove Marine Lab, where our marine science students can conduct field research with the marine life and coastal region of the North Sea. Further up the coast, we have our cavitation tunnel at Blythe for marine engineering students to conduct wave research. And if you're joining us for our agriculture or animal science degrees, you'll get access to our 2 farms in rural Northumberland, Cockle Park and Nafferton. Living labs where we conduct research into everything from swine safety and birth to soil erosion and organic food tech. And that's our campus, here in the heart of the Northeast. We hope to see you here soon.